it is Loser Candy. Sorry, I was trying to remember what my channel name is because I go by so many fictitious names. And yeah, today we're doing a video explaining why I didn't do a vision board for 2025 and what I'm doing instead. And I'm using a mic today. I'm using my Yeti, and I'm not sure if you can see, but I have a little Sunny Angel. So yeah, leave a comment down below what we should name her. She is a sloth, I believe, and she's pink. Also, I apologize if the lighting is a little bit bad. I'm sitting in a different corner of my room today, and actually I don't think you've ever seen this room. Maybe, I'm not too sure what I've uploaded on my channel, but this is my apartment in Seattle. I think you've only seen my bedroom back home, because I've cried a lot in that bed. Oh no, wait, you've seen this video, you've seen this bedroom in the Pain is Only Temporary video. It's the same room, just different corner. It's my bookshelf. I love my bookshelf so much. It's literally just my personality in a bookshelf. But this is my vision board that I made in December of 2024, and I'm going to talk about what was on here and why I didn't decide to do a vision board for 2025. Oh my gosh, why am I getting emotional? That is insane. I can feel the tears forming in my eyes. I was in a very low place at the end of 2024, and I think I even talk about it in the video where I explain my goals for the new year. Or the end of 2023, sorry, going into 2024 to clarify. I had just lost my dog. I'm sorry. I'm like tearing up, but it's just literally in the last 2 days I've cried so much about my dog, and it's been a year. And it's been a hard year without her. And why the heck am I crying already? We're like 2 minutes in. But anyways, it was very hard. And I remember making the vision board was like the one thing that got me out of bed and just kind of distracted me for a little bit. But I was in a really low place. I had just lost my dog, who I dearly love, not loved, love, because I have so much room in my heart for her still. Oh my gosh, also sorry if you can hear any background noise. I have my window open because I want fresh air in my room, and I was kind of hot, so I'm sorry. But anyways, I was in a really dark place, and going into 2024, January and February were such hard months for me. I did so bad academically, and I literally was like, I want to get good grades, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it was probably one of the hardest months of my life. Both months, January and February. January, I was just grieving her like crazy, because I have a hard time wrapping my mind around the concept of death, because I have never lost anyone really close to me, at least so far in my life. I've lost family members, I've lost, people I've known, but they've never been people that I've been extremely close to. And I have felt pain when they've passed, but it's been pain for the people in their family, pain for the people that are grieving. Like, it's never been a direct correlation, if that makes sense. And so losing my dog was horrible, because imagine I had gone through 20 years of my life never really oh my gosh, I don't want to ruin my makeup, but like never experiencing death. And I get it, some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, this girl's actually insane because it's a dog, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine how she's gonna feel when she loses a human being that she's close to. And honestly, I don't know, guys. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I just pray that the Lord holds me in the palm of his hand, because when I feel pain, I feel it. And that's where the Pain is Only Temporary video was born out of. I then in February felt such great, February going into March, I felt such a deep low in my life. I lost my dog 2 months prior, and then I lost someone in my life who was so prominent in my life in that season. They didn't die. They're alive I'm not going to say alive and well because I don't know anything about them, but they're alive and breathing, and they're choosing not to be in my life, and I'm choosing not to be in theirs. And that was a whole different type of pain. It felt like a heartache, like I had just been broken up with, but I hadn't because I was not in a relationship. So 2024 started off so rough. None of these goals were met in those first 3 months. In fact, I failed one of my classes, which set me back a whole entire year. I will not be graduating this May. I had to stay a whole extra year to get my degree. And that was a whole nother season of life in the summer of 2024 where I was just grieving the fact that I wasn't going to graduate with the rest of my classmates, with my best friends, and that I would have to stay in this city a whole nother year, which pained me so much because Seattle has been great, and I've really tried to change my heart within the last year of being more thankful that I get to live in a major U.S. city and live with my best friend. Not many people can say that, but I have just grown so tired, and I went from being 18 and wanting to leave my town and wanting to leave my city and starting off fresh, and I did, and I got that escape, and it was cool for the first year or two, but now I'm just so homesick. I do have a great time here. That's not what I'm saying. I do have a great time. Like I said, I get to live with my best friend. I have a community out here. I've met such incredible people, but you start to crave home and your family, and so that was a whole other issue. And I went through a whole crisis. I guess you could say identity crisis. I didn't know who I was. January through March was just I was losing myself, and then I felt so much pain from all these different scenarios, and then after going through these seasons of life, I started to lose myself even more. I didn't recognize who I was. I was doing things that I never said I was gonna do. You know what I mean? And it truly made me hit such a low point. So imagine literally the first 6 months of 2024 just horrid. And don't get me wrong, there was moments sporadically in those 6 months where I had great days. I had days where I would go to Tahina to Bainbridge and have so much fun. I would go out with my friends. I did fun things, but at my core, I was so broken. I was so sad. I was just so angry at the world. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. It was horrid. I came back home in June for the summer, and to top it off, didn't land an internship, didn't even land a job for the summer. So I proceeded to spend the summer just kind of trying to heal, and I did. I spent the summer going to the beach by myself. I dove back into my relationship with God, which I had been so cold for so long. I started going to a new church. I started just changing what I didn't like. And it truly changed me for the better. So from about July until the end of August, for those 2 months, I worked on myself. I did everything I could to get myself in a better place mentally. I celebrated my 21st birthday. I went to the city that I love and adore, Chicago. I celebrated my birthday out there. I came back and I just worked on myself. And like I said, I started connecting a lot more with my new church. I was hanging out with my family. I just really tried to get better. And so from then on, I came back to Seattle in around the end of August, September-ish. And then I've been here since, I've been home for breaks and stuff, but that was like from then to then. I will say though, when I came back from home back to Seattle for the start of the school year, it was a little rough. I was going through some really heavy seasons, but this time around, I was clinging to the Lord for my dear life. I was like, Lord, there is a war right now going on in my life, but I'm going to trust in you, and I'm going to trust that you're going to fix it, because I know the God that I serve. And so that was just my mindset. I made a prayer board. You could kind of see it. And I just was like, I'm going to pray my life away. This little corner in my room, right here is the edge of my bed. Right here, where you can see my hand going down, this is the edge of my bed. This is the wall. It's about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide. But I would sit my little booty down here and put my hands out as far to the wall as I could. And I would just pray my life away, because I just couldn't do anything else. If I didn't pray, I was gonna lose it mentally. And so that is how my year went. That is how my year went. We're gonna go through this now. Running. I ran here and there in the beginning of the year, but I ended up stopping because then I was gonna focus on running in the summer. The camera cut me off. I ended up getting such a bad back injury in the summer that I literally almost couldn't go to my own birthday party. It was horrid. So I kind of gave up on running. I did go to Vancouver literally exactly a year ago with my cousins and my sister. And to be honest, it was meh. I was just happy to be with my family, but that was also the same weekend that I was just going through it mentally. I had just lost that person who I cared for so dearly, so that was just not a good mix for me. My 21st, I had said I wanted to have a good birthday. I did have a good birthday, not because I was out drinking, but because my best friend flew in and just spent the day with me, and we went to San Francisco, and we did what I wanted, and we just had a good time. And then we went to Chicago about a week later with my sister and my cousin. I don't know if you can see, but look at how tiny this picture of the Bible is. Clearly you can see that from this vision board, I did not have my priorities straight, because why was this tequila bottle bigger than this Bible? And why was this Jesus picture kind of hidden? You know what I mean? Like, I did not have my priorities straight. But thank God, the smallest thing on here, the Lord said, yeah, that's the one that you're going to do. And I did. I restored my relationship with God. This coding thing, definitely, I learned a lot more. But I didn't land an internship, like I said. I did get to go to Chicago by the grace of God. I didn't stick to running, didn't snowboard, played tennis like 2 times. I didn't read, like, I think last year was the first year I read the least amount of books I had ever read in the longest time. I'm telling you guys, my mind was so, like, I was just in a different world. I didn't do any of the hobbies I wanted to do, because I was just literally, like, trying to survive every day. I did hang out with my best friend every day that we lived together, so that was good. We had fun. I failed, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I failed so badly. Winter quarter. Spring quarter, I did better, and I really caught myself back up. I did a lot better, and I have been doing a lot better, thank God. I didn't wake up early like I wanted. I didn't go to Mexico. I didn't land the internship. I didn't go to Egypt. I did host some, like, dinner parties, but, like, it was probably 1 to 2. I didn't play volleyball like I had planned. I did restore my relationship with God. Never got to do karaoke with my best friend how I wanted to do. I think I went to, like, 1 concert. I honestly can't remember. I did cook a lot more. Did not care about nutrition, movement, sleep. Literally was, I'm telling you guys, I was just trying to survive. I did finally decorate my room how I wanted. So that was cool. didn't go snowboarding like I wanted, didn't fall in love, actually got my heart broken. I did try studying a little bit more, but that's something that I am still working on. So yeah, I covered all that. As you can see, there was a lot of failures in here. I think there was only one, two, these are basically the same about Jesus. 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 to 5. There was 4 to 5 wins. So that's what I mean by, like, this absolutely did nothing for me. I could wake up and look at this every single morning, and it did not do anything for my life. So that is why I'm not doing a vision board this year, and that is why instead I know this is in February, but also literally coming into January, and it's almost the end of February. The month of January, I literally was fighting for my life. I had such bad eczema, and I just felt like I was thrown in. And then literally the end of January to February, I got so sick, so incredibly sick. Again, fighting for my life. It was just horrid. So that's why I'm counting this as the start. Not the start of my new year, but just the start of my goals and really reinforcing what I want for my life. So like I mentioned, I didn't do a vision board, but your girl did a prayer board. So this is my prayer board where I put prayer requests. This is my prayer board for the year. The goals that if it's the Lord's will that they align with my life, it is what I'm going to do. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to sit more over here, and I'm going to insert a picture of the prayer board right there, and we're going to go through it. Because so essentially, if you don't know what a prayer board is, it's basically the same idea as a vision board, except these are much more intentional things that I have for my life, and things that I really, really just want to stick to, like the biggest goals. And so a lot of these are a little bit repetitive, but that's because I truly, like, I pray and hope that they are in alignment with God's will for my life. And so what I'm saying is that this time around next year, if I'm making a video trying to do a recap of my prayer board, I don't necessarily need to hit every single point. What I need to hit is the points of what the Lord has for my life, because that was the issue last year, is that I said, I want to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and not once did I ask the Lord, hey, is this what you want for my life? Is this in alignment for what I could do to further the kingdom? And so these are more so goals that I think are in alignment for what the Lord has in store for my life. So we're going to start in the middle. I put 2025 in these really pretty numbers. The absolute center of this prayer board is a shell, and there's 3 pearls, and this hand is holding a pearl. And so at the end of the year in December, I went to one of my church related Bible studies, and they asked us to go through parables. I ended up choosing the parable from, Lord, is it Matthew? I'm forgetting right now. The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again. Yeah, it's Matthew 13:44. And 13:44 through 46. And so the verse says, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again. And then in his joy went and sold all he had and bought that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. So 44 doesn't connect too much, but I still like it. The main things here is 45 and 46. I did a whole deep dive on what this pearl meant, the significance, and all that. And I have it all in my notebook, actually. Let's see if we can find it. We have the time. You're watching the video. But it was just so interesting to me. A man found such a precious pearl. He sold everything to buy it. In the same spirit, Jesus saw us and loved us so greatly. We were the most valuable pearl that he sacrificed himself for us. We were the ultimate price for him. People tend to mistake this, saying we must sell everything to follow Christ, but God never asked that of us. A pearl was chosen because when an oyster is irritated, it creates a pearl. A pearl is a response of an oyster to something which causes an injury. So if it gets sand stuck or just like a particle stuck, that is where a pearl is born from. A pearl, it grows out of hurt. Jesus gave everything to save us. Jesus sold everything to buy us. Even with our brokenness, he, a pearl, still thought we were the most precious thing. Oh, I think I wrote that a little bit wrong. Even with our brokenness, he still thought we were the most precious thing. So in this parable, we are the pearl. The pearl is lifted out of the troubled sea, which the troubled sea can signify human sorrow. It is being transformed to become what it truly is meant to be. And so the main idea with this is when an oyster or a clam, whatever, makes a pearl, it's because it's out of hurt. It's out of something irritating it. And in the same way, my prayer when I made this board was, Lord, use the hurt that I have felt, use my past, not to define me, but to further the kingdom, to be able to use the knowledge I gained through that hurt. Refine me, Lord. Refine me to become this pearl that I could be worth the sacrifice that Jesus did. And I am. The Bible says that I am worth that sacrifice, but more so in the sense of just like redefine me to be this pearl that you asked me to be of. And so that's the prayer, the main prayer of my year is just, Lord, refine me to be this pearl. Refine me to be the person that you have brought me onto this earth to be. Because if I'm doing my will, it's not going to lead me anywhere good. Unless I'm doing God's will, like, that's when my life can truly flourish. So that's the main prayer. Around it, we have, right next to it, a lady on her knees praying. I want to be a prayer warrior. I have this prayer board that I told you guys, but I'm not great at being active with it. Last year, I tried to do like a thing where I pray on Sundays for everyone on my prayer list, and then it's just hard for me with my ADHD. It's not impossible. It's just a little bit more difficult. And so I really want to be a prayer warrior. I also would like to go to Mount Rainier in the springtime. I went in the fall last year with one of my friends, and I want to go in the spring. I really, really do want to snowboard. I don't think I can this season just because I'm so busy, but hopefully in the later season, like in the winter time, I can try to plan to go with my best friend, And then up in that corner near the prayer, I have a quote that says, I am qualified for the career I want, because I have so much, what is that called? When you're imposter syndrome. I just feel like I don't belong in the computer science community. I call her a spiritual sister, and we had a whole conversation. I said, you know what, I feel like I just chose computer science, and I didn't even ask the Lord, hey, is this what you want for my life? And now I'm sitting in this pool of like uncertainty that maybe this wasn't the path that the Lord wanted for me. And she gave me really good advice, and she said, Issa, the Lord wouldn't have placed that desire in your heart if it wasn't, from him. And so that has kind of just been my thing of like, I might not feel confident in my abilities all the time, but the Lord has placed this desire in my heart, so I'm going to keep going at it. And so next to that, I have this lady with her nice black purse, a coffee, and her stiletto heels, because I just really was trying to get an internship. And I am happy to say that as of last week, I received my first and only offer after almost 2 years. And that is just an answered prayer. I haven't even hung this up, and the Lord opened doors for me where I didn't think I would be able to enter. And so we haven't even hung this up, and we already have a completed, thing. And that's what I'm saying, when it has to be on the Lord's timing, and it has to be the Lord's will for your life, because this internship, like the way I was offered and stuff and what it really is, it shouldn't have been given to me. Not because I'm not qualified, but because I'm not really in that sector, but it was, and it was what I wanted, one back home where I could be with my family, and it just, that's a whole other thing, but yeah. Then we have a girl doing Pilates. I just want to try it. I just want to try it this year and see what it's all about. I've already been looking into a couple different things. I just want to be more in touch with my body and really trying to be healthy and taking care of my temple. Next to her, we have another girly on her internship desk. I don't know if I'll look like that at my desk in the summer, but we'll see. Bottom to that, we have a girl doing homework and studying, and guys, I have been trying to get better. When midterm season came 2 weeks ago, I didn't do the best, but that was because I was so sick. But now it's coming up again, and I'm really trying to prepare. I've been doing my homework. I literally turned in an assignment today that is due in 5 days, and I already turned it in. And I know to some people that's probably normal, but I literally am the student that will turn it in at 11:58 p.m. So, yeah, big improvements around here. The bottom of that, we have a laptop showing VS Studio, which is a computer science editor, a coding, like a program editor, because I just want to really hone in on my computer science skills. If we're going to jump over the verses, we have a girl swimming. I really, really want to learn how to swim, guys. And last summer, right before school started, my best friend's dad was teaching me. And I really think that this year I can just really solidify and learn how to swim. Again, we have that same one from last year of getting good grades. I have been doing a lot better this year, and I'm really just aiming high. I'm aiming for the stars because I just want to do better academically, because the Lord has given me the privilege to study, to go to school, so why not give it my all? If we move all the way to the left, at the bottom we have a Texas photo. I met some people from Texas A&M last school year, and they were absolutely the most lovely people, and so that made me just want to go to Texas even more. It's been on my radar to want to go there, and I really want to make an effort this year to try to go. Again, if I don't go, it's okay, but I want to make the effort. I put these flowers at the bottom, some pink tulips. To be honest, I don't remember why, but I'm going to say right now, just being more kind to myself. I don't have anything on here about relationships, just because I don't feel like this is the season of my life right now where I need to be in a relationship. I really feel like the Lord has been working in me, cultivating the soil of my life, and I want to just my focus to be on Him and not with like about a boyfriend or talking to someone or texting someone. Like, I just want to give it my all, and I don't want to have to be, putting God to the side because I have someone else, if that makes any sense. I feel like some people are going to get it, some people are not. If a relationship comes into my life, then great, but it's not something that I'm like, I want a boyfriend in 2025, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to trust that the Lord is going to bring me my future husband when the timing is right, because I'm still working on myself and my relationship with the Lord. I wouldn't want to be with a man who doesn't know what he's doing and is in la la land. Like, I want a man of God. To go with that, actually, I have a little picture that says, trust the seeds you are planting. I'm trusting the seeds that the Lord is planting in my life. I'm trusting Him. I'm trusting that I'm going to be here for an extra year because it's His will for me to be here an extra year. And it's going to be hard and it's going to be tough, but the Lord is going to provide. Next to that, we have a Bible journal. I really got into, reading my Bible and being consistent in the summertime, but now with school and work and my clubs and all my activities, it's a little bit harder sometimes for me to make time, and so I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing my time with the Lord. I'm not going to lie to y'all, I have not been consistent as of recently, but this week has just been so, ever changing to me. I think me being sick really, really gave me the push of I want to better my life. So yeah. Next to that, we have a 99 thousand subscribers, little like picture. I really want to take social media serious. I have made YouTube videos since I was 13 years old, probably younger than that. I've always loved being in front of the camera. I loved editing. I loved just the idea of sharing my life with other people and being raw and authentic about who I am. And so I'm going to give it my all. If the Lord, says, yes, I want you to be, some sort of person in the light of the world, then so be it. But if that's not the Lord's plan for my life and it's not going to bring anything good to glorify His kingdom, then these videos are just for me. And then at the bottom of that, I have tennis, because I still really want to get into tennis. I literally have tennis balls under my desk. I have tennis rackets back home. I just want to play tennis. The next to it, we have old ways won't open new doors. That specific one I put because I really want to try therapy this year. Because I've been through some stuff, and I recognize that it does affect the person that I am, and it affects my relationships. And like I said, I know that the Lord is going to bring me my future husband when the timing is right, and I wouldn't want to step into a relationship. Not that I have to be perfect, because that was something that my friend once told me, that she was like, you don't have to have it all figured out to be in a relationship, which I recognize that. But I think it's also important to recognize that you have certain patterns and certain, generational cycles in your life, and I want to be the one to stop that. I want to say no. I want to do my life differently. And so not even just relationship wise, but friendship wise, being a better daughter, being a better sister, a better cousin, niece. I just want to be better. So yeah. And then in the little corner, there's like one about food and like hosting stuff. Honestly, I think I just put that to fill the space, because I really don't have any desire to host. I like hosting, but it's so much work, and I feel like I did it quite a bit last year, or a handful of times, that I'm like, I don't know if I want to host as much anymore, so we might take that photo off. But I believe those were all the photos I have on here. I might actually redo this whole thing, because it's actually a bit too small for my frame, and just enlarge the photos. But that is my prayer list for 2025. I don't think you need a clock to hit midnight, or a new year to start, or Monday to roll around for you to have goals. It's the end of February, and I just now am sitting down and really honing in on what I want to do and my goals for the next couple of months. And honestly, I think I might reevaluate this around my birthday in July, and just kind of reflect, sit back, and then remake my goals for the next 5 months after that, because I think it's good to be consistent of like, okay, this is what I did in the last 6 months, this is what I want to do, and Lord, what would you like for my life? Always consulting with what He wants. But yeah, sorry that I was so emotional in the beginning. Actually, I'm not sorry. Life is hard sometimes, and whenever I talk about my dog, it's just automatic rainfall, so it is what it is. But that is why I'm not doing a vision board, because this did not work out. But this, if it's the Lord's will for my life, will work out. I know this is probably a really lengthy video, but this is more so for me, not for you. I want to know what I did when I was 21 years old. Again, apologies for the lighting. I know I haven't posted on the channel in over a month, but I had this like week in the life of a college student video, and it's 4 hours of footage. And I've really tried to edit it down, guys, but it's so hard. So just give me some time, some patience. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy, read your Bibles, and take care of your bodies. I'll see you next time.